Hey world, it's been want to come back with another video. In fact, I want to come back with this video here because I normally don't address um, media news, but if I feel that it's something that can be a teaching moment, I would take that opportunity to address it. And this particular video family is going to address um an entertainer by the name of Brian McKnight. And he's an R&B vocalist. I mean, put a lot of work in back in the day. I was a listener of Brian McKnight back in the day. I've been listening to Brian McKnight since the 90s, you dig? And I felt it was always kind of unfortunate because even in this era of fake news and reality TV and social media, normally those that are in entertainment put themselves in compromising positions where they have to either sell out for money to do things like Flavor of Love or, do things like, Dancing with the Stars or, stuff of that nature where when you look at these people, and that tells you right there that it's only for the money, the dinero, right? When they'll actually do anything for the money, right? And so they don't care about the perceptions you may have of them growing up. And that's why I think that, the system of idolatry is a very, very important system in this country, in this society. They have to have people practice idolatry in order to sell products. And so when you look at these professional athletes, when you look at, entertainers, and you look at people that that are so-called, uh, you know, stars, they're only given these titles because they're able to sell products, whether it's commercial products, whether it's ticket sales at the movies, CD sales, with music. But there is an ulterior motive. You cannot be in that particular industry if you can sell to the consumers. And so when most people say, well, I know people, because I played ball back in the day, fam, and I played against a lot of good guys here in H-Town over the years. There's a actual recreation center called Fondy Rec, which is one of the staples of inner city basketball leagues. A lot of people come from all over to play at the Fondy. And I played in that league, for many, many years. And I've never had an infatuation with NBA players because I played against a lot of NBA players. And what it told me was like, wow, these cats will bust them up just like anybody else. You dig? And so I never got into idolatry. Never. The only player that I really liked was Michael Jordan because I'm 6'6". I could jump. I got big hands. I could do a lot of things. And moves that he made, I could do them. So it's all good. You dig? Go in an idolatry situation, it was, I can do that. Just like if it's someone like Warren Buffett, or someone, that's an artist that you want to emulate to perfection. There's not idolatry, it's respect to the craft. And I don't think you should never embark on a situation if you don't want to make sure that you perfect that craft. You dig? All right? And so I'm saying this video because I wanted to address this Brian McKnight situation. And because I was a listener of Brian McKnight. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Brian McKnight, like I said, he's been an entertainer and a singer, a vocalist for, man, damn near 30 years. All right? And one of the most pure vocalists ever. One of the most talented vocalists ever. As well as a musician, because he plays all instruments. You dig? To me, Brian McKnight is the Michael Jordan of R&B for my era. So I'm in my 50s. So from the 90s all the way up, no one could touch him in my eyes, as far as being a musician, a songwriter, a producer, all of that, and a singer. Okay? And so to hear about him in this particular situation right now it's kind of disconcerting, right? But the main point of my video today is to address what I feel he should have done in reference to the fatherhood situation, all right? Now remember, my videos, guys, make sure you push the like button, the dislike button, it's all love. Make sure you subscribe, share, and like the videos. Because I think it's a great opportunity for you to look at things from a different perspective. Me personally feels that Brian McKnight's sons, and if you didn't check out the story, allegedly Brian McKnight's sons, Brian McKnight Jr. and Nico, or actually Brian McKnight Jr., have put out in social media that his dad was a deadbeat dad. He was never there for them and this and that and the third. Actually just kind of, gaslighting them, right? Now, Brian McKnight also came back on social media and said, no, this isn't true. I've always been there for my kids. They 30 and 27 years old. They grown men, so this is ridiculous, And I'm agreed to Brian McKnight to a certain extent, in a sense where I've been listening to Brian McKnight for many years. And I remember on his Remember Me album, those boys were little boys, and they were on his album. And I remember saying to myself, man, that's cool. A young guy like Brian McKnight, he have his sons on his album. I thought that was cool, right? He wrote a song called Mary Lee about his wife. I thought that was cool for a young cat to be that involved, you dig? Because he was in his 20s back then, And so, of course, with everything, life changes. He remarried and whatnot, and his sons are older, and now they spreading out his business. Now, the thing that I want to say is that as a father, I would have never, ever responded. Because no matter what, we always protect our children. And so I don't care what the media, what the world thinks. As long as my sons know what time it is, that's all that matters. That is a personal issue that should have been handled between Brian and his sons privately. Brian McKnight, never air your business out there. Don't put your sons out in the street. Don't tell the world about your sons smoking weed and all that kind of stuff. Don't put your kids out in the street like that. And that's the only, and I know he probably saying, well, now I got to protect my name. My sons are out here, bashing my name. That's your name. You be the bigger person. As the father, pull your sons to the side and y'all talk about that. You don't go to social media and spread, so you can save your name. That's the only problem I have, Brian. You dig? So, all right, if I just want to come back with a quick video, a little food for thought, because I'm a father, and I just think that particular situation, I normally don't address, media situations, but I thought this was important because as a father and as prospective fathers, we need to always protect our children at all times, no matter what. They can be stupid sometimes. They can do some dumb things, but we as fathers have to pull them over to the side and don't care about what everybody else think, and tell them, let your kids know what the real deal is. And if that can't be taken care of in private, then so be it. Like you say, they grown men, but y'all handle that as grown men and behind closed doors. You dig? All right, family, guys, I just want to come back with a little food for thought. In the meantime, between time and the Most High inside to bring you joy, family, and being with is out of 5,000.